What's up, everybody? Thanks for clicking on the channel. So today we're talking about the old man who claimed to be Billy the Kid, Brushy Bill Roberts. Now, over the years, a lot of people have said, why don't we take the letters that Brushy Bill Roberts wrote to his lawyer, William Vincent Morrison, and do a handwriting analysis with the letters that Billy the Kid wrote to Governor Lew Wallace back 100 years ago? Well, it's a good idea. The problem is a couple things. One, we think Billy wrote the letters to Governor Lew Wallace. I think most people think he did write them. Some people have suggested that he didn't write them, so there's always that. The second thing is the letters between Morrison and Brushy Bill Roberts were lost to history for many, many years. I actually found them. I have them. And so for that reason, people are asking me, hey, why don't we do a handwriting analysis and look at Brushy's letters? Well, if you look at Alias Billy the Kid by Morrison, Morrison says that at this time in his life, Brushy's eyesight was going and he wasn't writing his own letters. He was having his wife write the letters for him. This is interesting for a few reasons. One, he didn't want his wife to know that he was Billy the Kid. So when Morrison's asking him, hey, are you Billy the Kid? I have people telling me you're Billy the Kid. Come clean, tell me you're Billy the Kid. Brushy denies it. Now, whether he would have denied it in person or not when he didn't trust Morrison, because he did deny it to everybody else, he did not come out to anybody and tell them that he was Billy the Kid. But Brushy was curious, so he did tell Morrison he knew a little bit about it. He used to know Billy the Kid, but he wasn't him. At one point he said, yeah, he's actually my half-brother. I know where he's at. But he never really said, I'm him, until Morrison met him face to face, gained his trust, and then he said, okay, yeah, I'm Billy the Kid. And I think the only reason he told him is because he wanted to get the pardon that Lew Wallace promised him in 1879. But back to the handwriting analysis. It did occur to me, because Brushy's letters go from April of 1949 all the way up until his death in December of 1950. And I thought, is there a chance that maybe his wife didn't write all of them? Maybe Brushy wrote one himself or two himself. I had a father-in-law who wore hearing aids, and his wife would be nagging him, and he'd pretend he didn't hear her, and she'd say, oh, he can't hear anything. And he'd look at me and wink and smile, because he just didn't want to do what she was asking him to do. He could hear her perfectly. So I don't know if Brushy really, I know he could read and write. I mean, he was literate, he could speak Spanish, we know that. But I don't know if he was asking his wife to do it because he just wanted her to do it. I mean, that's possible. Or maybe his eyesight wasn't good and he wasn't good at writing anymore and didn't want to write. But either way, it really doesn't matter. Now, I'm not an expert in handwriting analysis, but there's some very peculiar things in these letters that are common throughout each and every single letter that I see. And I'm going to show you right now what those are. For one, the way the letter W is written is very unique, as you can see here, and here, and here, and here. So the little squiggle on the top, like, that's a very interesting thing. It's a bit of a flourish on the W. And so I said, well, that's interesting. I don't know if everybody wrote like that back then, but that's kind of interesting. And then I found another word that's in most of the letters, because again, if you're going to compare multiple letters, I mean, are you looking at individual letters? Are you looking at whole words? Like, what are you looking at? Obviously, I looked at the letter W, and I thought, well, there's probably a bunch of W's in these letters, and so there were. And so I looked at that. The other thing that's very unique is the word friend. So in all of these letters, it says, dear friend, good to hear from you, dear friend, thanks for writing, dear friend. So the word friend in these letters is spelled F-R-I-N-D, and in the handwriting in each and every one of these is exactly the same, as you can see here, and here, and here, and here, and here. Now, that's a few out of dozens and dozens and dozens of examples in the letters that I have. And although in the beginning, she's signing Brushy Bill Roberts, after she meets Morrison in person and they visit and she gets comfortable with him, she now wants to add her own greeting, and so she writes in the signature, Brushy Bill Wife Roberts. And sometimes she'll say Brushy Bill and wife. So I'm sure that Brushy Bill Roberts' wife was the one writing the letters, and she wrote all of the letters between Morrison and Brushy Bill. So for that reason, we really can't compare the handwriting between what Billy the Kid wrote and what his wife wrote, because it's not Billy the Kid's handwriting, it's not Brushy Bill's handwriting. So anyway, that's Brushy Bill Roberts and his handwriting and his letters. Thanks for watching.
A true song of Billy the Kid. I'll sing of some desperate deeds that he did way out in New Mexico long, long ago, when a man's only chance was his own 44.